Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, come on in here and talk to me. Sit on down and relax your body.
Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you about the hectic week and how God keeps blessing me.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you. No matter what you're going through, let's chat. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Girl, you know I'm here for you. Let's chat.
Please take the time to read this disclaimer for it pertains to this YouTube channel. Please be advised that this is solely my commentary, my thoughts, my opinion. I do, however, take the time to fact check. However, some things do slip through the cracks. If at any time any false information is put out by this YouTube channel, I will take the time to correct it at a later date and time in another video. Hey, honey. Hey, it is your girl, Miss Leda, and I am back with yet another video. So guys, today's video is going to be a continuation on to our Shanquella Robinson case, and we are going to listen to snippets from the interview from Marc Lamont Hill with Mr. Bernard Robinson. So let's get into this video, honey.
Them grades, everybody wanted to say how beautiful she was on the outside, but she was a beautiful person in the inside. So this father right here will mostly, on her about her, morals, respect, manners, setting goals in her life, just making sure that she don't look down on nobody, because a blink of an eye, you can be in that position the same like that person that you're looking down on. So always, respect your elders. Um, if you can help anybody in any kind of way to help them, But going through high school, junior high, I had obstacles. I had obstacles to deal with her because y'all didn't believe me. Now she got off the track a lot, but um, yeah, that's just part of life, But still, at the same time, as that father that made sure that you want an education, you want your daughter to be something, but be successful in her own way, and to make sure that you put those qualities in her that she can go out here and do for her own. You're gonna have some ups and downs. That's what I tell her. But still, at the same time, you learn from your mistakes and you move on, and you put yourself around people, positive people who going places. I always tell her, if you're the smartest one out of 60 y'all, 7 you all, then that's where you need to come. You need to start evaluating everybody that's in your circle, because you shouldn't be the smartest one out of that group around you or your group of friends. Not at all. If it is, you got a problem. I told myself I bring a daughter in this world or a son in this world that I definitely gonna be in their life, from day one. Make sure they had what they had, they weren't gonna go without, you know. I tell every young man, when you bring a child in this world, at some point in time, your life don't completely come to a stop. But now that child didn't ask to come here. So by that child didn't ask to come here, or if it did, y'all agree to bring that child in this world, and now it's your responsibility to make sure that child get taken care of, regardless of what the situation is. You get up and go to work for that child. God blessed her, blessed me with her for 25 years. That's his child. You know, I can't question him. Only thing I can do, ma'am, is just stand and be her voice and just make sure she don't die in vain, man. Funding page, day one, um, I told Tamika, man, I ain't want no part of that GoFundMe page. I just want justice for my daughter, man. First phone number I dialed over there, the morgue or the funeral home, a Mexican lady, Miss Elizabeth. I never knew her, I never saw her or nothing, man. But she said, Miss Robinson, I got your son, your daughter. And she said, I'm gonna stick with you today. Want to make sure your daughter get back to you. She kept her word. And I know it wasn't never God doing, you know. I didn't know how much it was, man, to bring her back over here. I didn't have a clue. But I know I'm that father that worked so hard that I always put back for a rainy day. So when the price was put out there, man, I was able to bring her home, man. Bring her home and always, do her funeral, sit there. And I just thought she'll be burying me, not me burying her. Miss Elizabeth, I just got to give my grateful gratitude to her because I would have been a wreck, man, if I couldn't find her, knowing that she was in another country and I couldn't even find her. Video came out. I was at the graveyard. The video came out, NCVB sent me the video. I saw the video and she was there naked, man. They hitting on her. Now. I just started crying out there at the funeral home because I was finding a place where I was going to bury her at so I can close the grave. And I told them, man, just send it. Send it viral, man, because people need to see this. They said it was alcohol poisoning, which I knew it wasn't no alcohol poisoning, man. And then when I got the autopsy, the lady, Miss Elizabeth, told me what the autopsy was before she even got back here, man. And I told her mom, I told her mom and her sister what happened. The video came from NCVB, North Carolina Beach, whatever that platform he got, Juror or something. He sent it to me. So I don't know if it was already on the internet or not, because like I say, I don't be on stuff like that. I just know I was at the grave site where I was going to, open, close her grave, and went on ahead and paid the money to close her grave, ma'am. And he sent me the video. When I saw it, I told him go ahead and send the video viral. I said, send it viral, man, because the whole nation, the whole world need to see that it was not no alcohol poison from what they said, and which deep down in my heart, I knew it was, from the get go. So I told him go ahead and send it. Even though she was there naked, they were hitting on her, couldn't be there to do nothing. And I know they took over there, man. It wasn't nothing but premeditated, envious and jealous of her. Just don't know. They didn't change my whole life. They didn't change my whole life, man, to the core. You know, God fight my vengeance for me, man. So, they back over here walking around. Dean called, give me they said, Mr. Robinson, we sorry. The parents ain't even try to track me down. And he say, Mr. Robinson, we sorry about your daughter. They still got their daughters and sons. They out here walking around doing video, but that's okay, man. Everybody gonna get justice. The clock is ticking. I'm a very patient man, very patient. Oh, yeah, every day is a struggle. I cry every day, not knowing that I can't hear a voice. You know, only thing I can look at videos, pictures. It just hurt. Been turning 20. Should have been turning 26 next month. Yeah, January the 9th.
Thank you so much for taking the time with us. I know you've been through so much, and I can't. My condolences to you. I'm praying for you and your family, and we want to tell the story. We're doing this because we want to tell our story. We want to help you get justice.
Trying to figure out where I can put my middle name, where I can put my name on it at. So that's how the middle name came up with Bernarda, since my name is Bernard. Being a very good provider for her, and the leader of the household. That's all. Make sure her foundation in church at a younger age got Christian in the church. Reading scripture, doing, Easter plays, Christmas plays.
Mm.
Got
So
baptized
so
in
she
the
had
church.
strong faith like you. She had strong faith like you.
Oh yeah, to the utmost. I come from a father and a mother that was in the household. We had structure, we had discipline, we had chores. We just couldn't do what we want to do and just come in the house anytime we want to come in at the age when we got to 16, 15 or 16, like some of these teenagers doing now. They come in the house when they want to. Nah, mama let you in. No, you're gonna stay wherever you at.
Yes, I know that kind of household well.
Her smart, her intelligent, making sure that she read 30 minutes a day. Like I say, I'm not bragging on my daughter, but as a father, that's how I was raised. So I put them same qualities just as a parent raising that child up right, giving her that foundation, that knowledge, that baton of knowing that she can be somebody, but be somebody in her own way, be successful in her own way. Don't be a materialistic person. She had what she had.
Okay, so y'all want my thoughts and opinion. Here we go. My first thought is I have been seeing all over YouTube that the actual GoFundMe was a scam. That man never said that. Now, one time did he say the GoFundMe was a scam. He said he didn't want any parts of it because as a man, he had learned to save for a rainy day. As if he was preparing for anything to happen in this world, he would have money so he wouldn't have to ask anyone for it. Now, what he's saying is, not everybody is going to be willing to help you in your time of need. And so, just in case, I had some money set aside so that way I can handle the needs pertaining to my child. But someone took that and twisted it and said, oh, the GoFundMe was a scam. No, Mr. Bernard is not on social media. So he was unaware of how much it was going to actually cost to get his daughter's body back, the legal fees they were going to rack up, and all this other stuff. So he never once said, oh, it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam, this GoFundMe. What he said is he was prepared for a rainy day. He was prepared for any situation that could possibly come his way because he had been setting aside money. However, he just wasn't expecting it to be his daughter passing away. But again, the mother wants to help, the sister wants to help. And with Tamika Mallory being the spokesperson, this was her way of allowing them to be able to help by setting up a GoFundMe to make sure that they had the money needed for the fees that were going to be acquired throughout this process. For the private investigator, the private autopsy, all of that. All of that. It shouldn't all fall on Mr. Bernard. And that's what she was trying to get the GoFundMe started for. It's so that way all the burden didn't fall on Mr. Bernard. But what Mr. Bernard was saying as a man, he had prepared for rainy days. He had taught his child how to prepare for rainy days. But yet and still, some of you guys have taken it and spent it as if it was a scam, the GoFundMe page. That's not what that man said. Now, one time did he say it was a scam. He said he didn't want any parts of it. He don't know nothing about GoFundMe. He's old school. He said it over and over again. I don't know how many times this man can say he's old school. I'm old school. I don't know about Black Twitter. I don't know about Facebook. I don't know about YouTube. I'm old school. But to take and scrutinize the words that came out of this man's mouth is baffling. It wasn't a scam. It's still not a scam. This page was set up by Tamika Mallory, who is the spokesperson for the family. And it was to help with fees that she know that are going to come with trying to get justice for this family. Now, my next thought was, thank goodness for Miss Elizabeth and Brianna, who were overseas, who were helping him to get everything taken care of for his child. Because see, those so-called friends, could have let him know where the body had went, had they have not been trying to get out of Dodge so quickly. See, those so-called friends could have found out the information pertaining to how much it was going to cost, where exactly was the body located. They could have gave them all of that information had they have been genuinely concerned with their friend. But the only thing they were concerned with was making it back to the U.S. soil to evade any type of arrest, to evade them actually looking into it, to evade being questioned. Period. But a real friend would have found out all the necessary information for this family. A real friend would have contacted the mother and the father and told them exactly what transpired. A real friend would have made sure they offered condolences for the loss of their friend, the loss of these people's child, the loss of their sister. That's what a real friend would have done. And yes, of course, being that the mothers had been on trips together with them, they would have offered up condolences as well to the parents, because they would have felt as if they played a hand in raising this child. But that makes me question, yet again, the validity of their friendship. Because Nazir swears up and down that they had a realistic 9-year friendship. But how realistic can it be? And you couldn't even take the time to offer up your condolences. You couldn't even take the time to go to the funeral. You couldn't take the time to give the family the information to where the body was going to be taken. That's what bothers me. And then, as you listen to Mr. Bernard, he gives you some real life parenting skills. He said he knew who his child was around because he got to know the parents. He asked questions. You know, he made sure that his daughter read 30 minutes a day so that way she could be an intellectual, an intelligent intellectual, that she didn't fall behind, that when she started messing up in school, that he was right there to nip it in the bud and get her right back on track, because he was a parent, not an absent parent, not someone who only spends the weekends with his kid, but a 24-hour-a-day parent. And not only was he a parent to his child, but to all the kids who were around her, from the classroom to when he was driving the bus and everything else. So in his eyes, he's wondering what's going on, that these people couldn't offer up the same pleasantries that he offers. What is wrong with the world? Then this man said something very profound. He said, if you're the smartest person within your group, maybe you need to reevaluate your friendships and the people that you're around. Baby, everybody in my circle, I want them to win. Everybody. I don't want nobody to lose. I want us all to win. And by saying that, the only way we can win is where Leda is weak at, then someone else can pick up. Because we all balance one another out. We all are able to put in some insight when pertaining to things. Because we all have knowledge of something within life. But if I'm the only person who has knowledge of things and you rely upon me and me only, then there's a problem. I need to reevaluate my friendships, because we all should be intellectually well-being human beings. We all should be able to offer some type of help at some point in time to one another. That's all the man was saying. That's all he said. And then he kept saying over and over again, He's standing on his faith with God. That's what gets him through. His faith with God and prayers. Everyone praying for him every single day. That man said he cries every single day. And then y'all had the nerves to say, oh, and it's not everybody. So when I say y'all, don't get offended, because not everybody did this. Some had the nerve to say that the mom doesn't seem remorseful. Just because that father can't stop breaking down doesn't mean the mother has to. As a mom, we're strong. We can withstand a lot of things, but we breaking and hurting in the inside. And so to look at us, you would think that we're not going through absolutely anything. But when our whole world feels like it's crumbling down, we still have to stand and be a mother. And that's all that woman does. You can see the pain in her face, in her sister's face. And because she doesn't cry on camera for you guys, y'all feel that she doesn't have any remorse for the loss of her child. Wow, that's baffling. It behooves me to understand how some people can come up with their logic. Guys, please be slow to speak, because you never know what's going on, and you never know what could be harmful and hurtful to a person. And those are hurtful words for a mother who carried their child for 9 months, who was there every step of the way with the father, offering up structure and support to hear. Don't demean or minimize her role because you don't see her crying in front of you. I didn't know it was a requirement that we had to cry in public. I missed that memo, but please let me know where it's at so that way I can find it. I missed it. So I am going to close this out. And I want you guys to remember, offer up words of encouragement to one another. Love on your children. Be a parent to your child. Protect your kids. And always be willing to go above and beyond for yours. I'm your girl, Miss Leda. I'm opinionated, I'm unbothered, and I am unapologetically me. Until next time, I am your girl, Miss Leda, saying bye, honey, bye. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe to this channel. And as always, I simply thank you for watching.
Let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, come on in here and talk to me. Sit on down and relax your tired feet.
Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me.